Hey yo, your friendly neighborhood quarter guy here, and I've got a couple things I need to say. First off, for those of you who want me to get back to attempting to face Paracelsia, I'm going to have to suspend that indefinitely. I was recently diagnosed with having high cholesterol, and I was put on statins, so in the best interest of my health, I'm going to have to put off that boss rage. After all, you wouldn't want to see me have a heart attack on stream now, would you? I feel it would put too much strain on my heart, and I feel that would be something that my viewers would not want to see. As much as I want to finally get my vengeance on that cheap fighting game boss, I have to worry about my health first. Second, I'm about to start editing on my countdown for December. Hopefully I'll be able to get that done before Christmas, but even if I don't, I'll get it out before the end of the month. Also, I will be gone back to my old home of Wisconsin from January 1st to January 6th, so don't expect any activity from me during those days. I plan to see the new Star Wars movie for that while I'm back at my old home, so no spoilers! No spoilers whatsoever. Seriously, don't. As for my Sunday stream, I'm going to be playing an interesting game called Twinkle Star Sprites from the Neo Geo era. It's a game I got as part of the Neo Geo Humble Bundle. As always, it's going to be on my stream channel, links in the description below. And just like before, any donations received will go to the French Red Cross for victims of the terrorist attacks. So, the stream will start at 7 p.m. Arizona time, which is 6 Pacific, 9 Eastern. So look forward to that. For my question of the week, Christmas is coming this Friday, so I'd like to know, what are your favorite holiday specials? As always, leave your answers in the comments below. I'll pick my favorites and feature them in next week's episode. Here are last week's winners. And with that, time for the Fourth Wall Mailbag. As always, send me your questions via YouTube messages. Go to my channel, click the About tab, click the Send Message button, and that's how I get my questions. I'll answer my favorite ones on next week's episode. First question today is coming from Papyrus the Great, who asks, have you played Undertale? Yes, I have. Last week, actually just yesterday, I finished the True Pacifist run. And without spoiling anything, I will say, I actually teared up. It was one of the most beautiful endings I had ever seen in my life. It's only the second time I can remember actually tearing up at a video game's ending. The first one being Professor Layton in the Miracle Mask. That was such a heartwarming ending. However, I am not going to do the genocide route on that game. Mainly because I have no interest in having a bad time. Next question comes from Nintega Green Roy, who asks, what is your favorite game that Hideo Kojima worked on that isn't Metal Gear? Funny thing is, my favorite Kojima game is a game that is not Metal Gear. Well, it would have to be Boktai 2 Solar Boy Django. I like the concept behind the game and I like the gameplay. Characters were pretty fun too. I also liked the story. It was just an interesting game to play. Though I will have to admit, while the whole solar sensor gimmick was unique, I have a feeling it's part of the reason that the game wasn't so successful commercially, at least in America. Because I don't know if there are a lot of gamers that actually play games outside. It's so reliant on so many factors. I mean, you can't make too much progress in the game at night. It's a game that's supposed to be played on a sunny day. And, you can't really predict the weather. So, I guess it was too dependent on that. Though Lunar Nights did do away with the whole dependent on sunlight thing, or rather made it optional through the Game Boy Advance port on the bottom of the DS. Yeah, so there we go. Next question comes from Mr. Azimuth24, who asks, what do you think Capcom should take on for the next Versus game, besides Marvel and Tatsunoko? That's a tough one. If anything, I would like to see them take on... I know this is never going to happen because Namco Bandai owns all video game... currently most, if not all, video game rights to this series currently. But I'd like to see them take on the Shonen Jump stars, like Goku and JoJo's, Dragon Ball, Naruto, JoJo's, that kind of stuff. Like I said, it's not going to happen because Namco owns currently almost all video game rights to Shonen Jump characters, such as One Piece, Naruto. The only one I can think of that isn't owned by Namco Bandai currently at the moment is Bleach, to which Sega had video game rights. But in any case, I really don't see it happening, though it would be nice. Next question comes from Neo Metal Sonic, who asks, on a scale of 1 to 9,000, how surprised are you that Bayonetta is in Smash? I'd have to say 9,001, because Bayonetta wasn't even on my radar. I mean, wow. I mean, it's like, but then again, when I saw the ballot stats, it was like, I think the key word here was licensable and realizable characters. I guess it's the sort of message saying Nintendo wanted to put Snake into Smash Bros. 4, but Konami wouldn't let them. It's a real shame, too. But Bayonetta does look really good right now. She looks like she's going to be really fun to play. Final question comes from Moista Krabs, who asks, what are your opinions on the webcomic Homestuck? Never seen it. Not planning on doing so either.